Level B1, Pre-Intermediate. Why we blame others but excuse ourselves. Understanding self-serving bias. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to blame others when they make mistakes, but find excuses when you do the same? This is called self-serving bias. It means that we take credit for our successes, but blame failures on things outside our control. This habit affects how we see ourselves and how we treat others. Learning about it can help us think more fairly and improve our relationships. What is self-serving bias? Self-serving bias is when we believe that good things happen because of our hard work or intelligence, but bad things happen because of bad luck or other people's mistakes. For example, if you fail a test, you might say, the questions were too hard. But if someone else fails, you might think, they didn't study enough. This way of thinking is common and happens in different areas of life, like work, relationships, and sports. Why do we do this? Psychologists say there are several reasons why we blame others, but excuse ourselves. Protecting our self-esteem. Admitting mistakes can hurt our confidence, so we prefer to blame something else. Lack of information. When someone else makes a mistake, we don't always know their situation, so we assume the worst. Feeling in control. We like to believe we control our lives, so we blame outside factors for failures to keep that belief. Scientific fact. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people are 50% more likely to blame others for failures, but take credit for their own successes. Examples of self-serving bias. At work, if a project fails, a manager might say, the team didn't work hard enough. But if the project succeeds, they might say, I gave great leadership. In relationships, if you forget an anniversary, you might say, I was too busy. But if your partner forgets, you might think, they don't care about me. In sports, if you lose a game, you blame the referee. But if you win, you say, I played really well. How this affects relationships. Self-serving bias can cause problems in relationships because it leads to unfair judgments and arguments. Example. If you always blame your partner for fights but never admit your own mistakes, they might feel unappreciated or frustrated. Scientific fact. A study from Harvard University found that couples who take equal responsibility for problems are 30% more likely to have a healthy relationship. How to overcome self-serving bias. Here are some ways to think more fairly and improve your relationships. Be honest with yourself. Accept your mistakes and learn from them. See other people's perspectives. Try to understand why someone acted a certain way before blaming them. Focus on solutions instead of blame. Instead of looking for who is wrong, think about how to fix the problem. Appreciate others. Recognize the efforts of other people and not just your own. Example. If a team misses a deadline, instead of blaming one person, say, we all could have managed our time better. Let's improve for next time. Conclusion. Self-serving bias is something we all do, but it can cause unfair judgments and relationship problems. The good news is that by recognizing this habit, we can change how we think and treat others more fairly. Taking responsibility for mistakes and understanding others' situations can make us better friends, partners, and teammates. Everyone makes mistakes, even you. The key to improvement is learning from them and treating others with the same fairness you want for yourself. Vocabulary. Blame. Say someone is responsible for something bad. Excuse. A reason to explain why something happened. Self-esteem. How we feel about ourselves. Failure. Not succeeding in something. Success. Doing something well. Perspective. The way you see and understand something. Confidence. Believing in yourself. Unfair. Not treating people equally. Argument. A disagreement or fight. Responsibility. Being in charge of something or admitting your mistakes. Quiz. Test your vocabulary. Put the correct word for each sentence. If you always blame others for mistakes, they might feel upset. It's important to take responsibility for your own actions. She made an excuse for being late to the meeting. If you see things from another person's perspective, you might understand them better. Listen to the video again to consolidate the new words.